Top 5 Fascinating Examples of Cultural Body Modification. Archaeological finds have shown that people have been modifying their bodies in interesting ways for much of human history. Body modification remains popular today, and while it can be something as ubiquitous as an ear piercing or tattoo, some cultures have taken it a step further. The cultures that appreciate body modification are widespread throughout history, and some of them are far more extreme than others. These 5 examples are truly some of the most fascinating examples of cultural body modification. Number 5. Lip plates. It's relatively common in the West to see people placing successively larger gauges in their earlobes to create large holes, but the practice isn't new. In some parts of Africa, increasingly larger discs made from clay or wood are placed into a pierced lower lip until a large lip plate can be worn. The practice was independently invented at least 6 times in Sudan, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Mesoamerica, and Ecuador. The placement of lip plates continues in various places around the world, though it is most common in Ethiopia. The Mersey and Surma people, who inhabit the lower Omo River Valley, begin the process about 6 to 12 months before marriage. This is usually around the age of 15 to 18, when the lip is first pierced. At this time, a wooden peg is inserted. Over time, the peg is replaced by larger pegs, and eventually, a plate is inserted into the hole. Number 4. Blackening and filing teeth. The Bagobo people of the southern Philippines in Mindanao are an ancient tribe who have inhabited the region for centuries and are credited with bringing Hinduism to the area. While many members of the tribe have embraced modern life, some continue their traditional practices, including sharpening and blackening their teeth, as a rite of passage for young Bagobo. When Bagabo youth reaches the age of puberty, they have their teeth filed by placing their heads against the person carrying out the sharpening. They then bite down on a stick, and the teeth are filed, leaving only the stump of the tooth, ending in a sharp point. Once the filing is completed, the teeth are then blackened to complete the process. To darken the teeth, powder created from a tree or black smoke passed through the bamboo is applied to the teeth, which blackens them. Throughout this process, the person having the treatment done is not allowed to drink any water, nor can they eat sour food. They are also prohibited from attending a funeral, so their less than pristine teeth don't cause offense. Number 3. Circumcision. These days, people don't often think about circumcision as anything more than a simple medical procedure. Still, the practice has a long history, and it very much is a form of cultural body modification. Circumcision is a form of genital mutilation that involves removing the skin covering the tip of the penis. It's most commonly performed shortly after birth. In many hospitals throughout the West, it's common to circumcise a child without any cultural or religious stipulation. Despite this, the practice is deeply rooted in history and has been conducted by numerous cultures around the world. Circumcision and other forms of genital mutilation began in Eastern Africa sometime after 3000 BC. Early uses of circumcision likely centered around the fact that a man's foreskin is the location of their primary erogenous sensation. Removing it may have been seen as a sacrifice of enjoyment in life for a potentially better afterlife. The ancient practice was carried into modern times via Jewish customs, which continue to conduct circumcisions on newborn boys 8 days following birth. Judaism ascribes circumcision as a commandment honoring the covenant between Abraham and God. Number 2. Fingertip removal, Dani Village, New Guinea. There are several instances of fingertip removal across various cultures in history, with Yakuza members being one known to many around the world. Another culture that practices removing portions of the finger is the secretive tribe of the Dani found deep in the jungles of Indonesia. Whenever a loved one dies, Female members of the tribe have the upper half of their fingers amputated, in a process called a kippelin. This is done as part of a ritual meant to ward off spirits. It is believed that removing the upper part of the finger helps to keep the deceased person's restless spirit away from the family. Additionally, it is meant to be a symbol of the pain of bereavement, and it doesn't stop with adult women. In some cases, the mothers will bite the tips of the fingers off of their own babies to have them take part in the practice. The Indonesian government banned fingertip removal, but members in Western New Guinea are believed to continue the practice. Older women are often found to be missing parts of their fingers, which suggests that kippelin continues in some areas of the country. Number 1. Genital beading. Genital beading or pearling is a form of body modification believed to have originated in Southeast Asia sometime in the early 1400s. A more famous account of pearling came from members of the Yakuza, who insert a single pearl for each year they are imprisoned. Pearling involves permanently inserting small beads beneath the skin of the genitals. It is most commonly done by men, who insert pearls in the penis shaft, though women have been known to do it directly under the labia's skin. There are several reasons a person might do this, however. It is commonly done to enhance sexual pleasure during vaginal or anal intercourse. Historically, pearls were used in the practice, hence the name, though any material can be used, including gold and ivory. In modern times, Teflon, surgical steel, titanium, and silicone are used, as they are the safest option for permanent insertion into the body. These days, it's common for Filipino sailors, who largely do pearling to curry favor with prostitutes. Filipino seamen is famous for them, that's why they like us, why they keep asking for us. When they hear that Filipinos are coming, they are happy.